Well, you know, I don't know if you guys remember that video of David Hasselhoff. You know, the Hoff, when he was trying to eat a hamburger. He's drunk and he's laying on the floor of his house, and his daughter was filming him. Kind of an intervention thing, I guess. But he's trying to eat this cheeseburger, this hamburger, and it keeps falling apart on him, and finally he just says, "This is a mess." He's trying to say a mess, but the only thing he can say is a mess. You know, his voice is like real low too. Mess. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been in the middle of organizing this garage, completely reorganizing, whatever you want to call it, and that's about the only word I can come up with. It is an mess, and that's what it is. It's an mess, all right. I've been going through all this crap. I've went through the toolbox here. See what it is. I've had this ought to be a toll road out here. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? See what it is. I've had this toolbox for a long time. This is just your normal cabinet style toolbox. It's not a huge one. And then I've had, which is in the garbage right now, I've had a small one of those, just a small carry around toolbox that I've used for a while, so long I actually broke it. And so the problem is I've got a bunch of tools, and no, I don't have anything that's real high quality, so don't come playing to knock me off for them or anything like that. But I've got a bunch of tools and things like that, and they're just totally disorganized. I had this toolbox partially tools in it. I partially had like things like screws, nuts, and bolts, and different pieces of things, just random things like pieces to a jack, and you know, just little bits and pieces of things I've bought just crammed in there, and pieces of wire, pieces of hose and stuff, like just crap, you know. Anything that needs to be somewhere else was in this toolbox. So I went through all of it. I emptied this thing totally out, and I'd come up with some of this rubberized shelf liner stuff. So I cut pieces of that, I cleaned it up, put that in, and just organized this thing. And this is how full this thing is. This is all sockets up here, large 3/8 and above sockets. This is stuff that I use, you know, just random things like brushes, paint pens, markers, pens, my thread compound tape, razor blades, I never can find those, flashlight, just odds and ends stuff that, you know, I can just run over here and get. And this is all just like these sockets that, you know, these little hex head attachment sockets, whatever you want to call these, hex drive sockets. These things, never can find this, you know, all this stuff that I can never find. These are all 1/4" sockets, and this is all just extensions and ratchets and my universal joints. This is all types of screwdrivers, picks, anything that turns a bolt or a screw, it's in here. Torx head screwdrivers. This one is just wrenches. It's all in this one. And this one is different kinds of, you know, specialized stuff, like more of those sockets, pipe bender, baling wire, hole cutting saw blades, big wire brush, a tool for my carburetor on my Oldsmobile, you know, tape measure. And this is stuff, you know, the disappointing thing about this is I had went through all this, and I keep running into things I bought years ago and promptly lost and misplaced and never have even used. Like, look at these. These are seven piece punch and chisel set, and there's no telling how many times I've had a need for this, and here it was. And there's a 6-piece tap set, never have used it. There's my harmonic balancer removal, I have used that one. Like in here, this is more heavy duty tools. I've got oil filter wrenches, large channel locks, I've got my wire stripping pliers, scrapers, one foot wrench, crow's foots, C-clamps, you know, you name it. You name it. And this thing is totally full, and it's not even the end of it. I've got one box here, I've got nothing but electrical stuff in. I've got a lot of stuff like this I bought and never used or used one out of. I've got this whole thing is full of nuts and bolts I took out here. And I have all these books that go to cars that probably nobody even has anymore. Datsun 620 pickup. I got 81 Corolla. I used to have one of those. Honda Accord and Prelude 76 through 81. Volkswagen 70 through 79. Dodge full-size pickup 74 through 93. Now that one I can use probably. Dodge Dart Plymouth Valiant. Sure can use that one. I don't need to. I already know how to work on it. My Rochester carburetor manual. And I mean, you know, this is not even any of it. I've still got drill bits. All this stuff that I have no real place to put. I got an alternator. I got another. And see, here's my funnel. I never can find funnels. There it is laying in this trash box. I've got my battery charger over here. I've got more tools, random tools back here on the car. This whole car is covered. I mean, this is just scrap metal. You know, I've got more stuff back here. I got, you know, paint and muffler. You know, this thing is overloaded. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to get this thing a little bit more organized, and I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I'm to the point I'm gonna have to go buy another toolbox possibly. So that may happen today. I don't know yet, but see, what inspired all this is, see here, look, here's the weed eater in the car here. And I realize with one car garage you can only do so much with it, but the problem is, what inspired all this to go on was that, you know, I go to work on something, I start a project out here, you know, even if it's a small project, and I spend at least half my time on that project looking for tools instead of just coming in here and getting the tool that I need and going back out with it. You know, it's just costing me a lot of my time, and I don't have a lot of time right now. So that's what's going on. So I've got like a drain, and I'll say this much: I'm organized. Once I get organized, I can mostly stay organized. But I'm one of these people that tends to be thinking mostly just about what I'm working on, and I kind of run in here and grab something and go back out with it, and then I come back in and I just walk by and throw whatever it is back down. If it's a wrench or something, I'll just throw it on the nearest available surface, and then it all gets out of whack. So I'm trying real hard to reform from that. I'm just stage my own personal intervention as far as the tools go. But right now, I'm like, look down here. This is stuff that I drug out from under here, and there's no telling. You see how dirty that is? It's actually been dirt dauber nest in there. This is what I drug out. I drug out this piece of insulation stuff that I can use for something that was stuck in there. Drug out that Pure fuel filter, which I have no idea what that goes to. I think it goes to a Mustang. Wet and dry sandpapers, that was all the way at the back, and I've bought sandpaper no telling how many times since then. There's an Excel coil, there's a GM radio, straps to put header insulation, which is that stuff on the bottom there on. That's double-sided molding tape. That's a nozzle to a vacuum cleaner. I don't know which vacuum cleaner it goes to. That is some unidentified bracket. That's my wide wire brush that I've been looking for years. That is, look at this. This is a variable speed small grinding tool, which is, you know, I remember buying this years ago, and it works perfectly, and no telling how many times I could have used this. And there it was stuck in the back of there. So, and this, I don't know what this is. This is some kind of a cutoff valve. I have no idea. It's stuff full of dirt dauber mud. And this goes to, what is this? Wall anchor, RTV, but I think this probably not even usable now, it's so old, but I think this is something to do with like a cable installation, like TV cable. I have no idea. I don't know what it is. So that's just how disorganized this garage has been. And this has all happened within a year, you know. I mean, it's, well, I won't say it's all happened in a year. It's been well, you know, I think I brought most of this. See, I've been going back and forth between the storage unit and well, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to keep on working on this. I think I'm gonna go shop for another toolbox. I think I've actually graduated to the point that I'm a two toolbox person now, cause I'm getting really tired of just laying stuff like you know, this random stuff down, you know, there on this shelf. This shelf's just about, you know, it's just not. I need another, some kind of, see, what's this? Oh yeah, here's my fuel pressure tester. See, and see, what's this doing here? This, you know what this is? This is a field coil assembly for a Chrysler starter. And this is a carburetor that's been rebuilt for that car out there, and I never used it. This is a random piece of lint out of the dryer. Here's the fuel pump off the Dodge Dart Sport, and some random electrical stuff which needs to go in the electrical box there. So so yeah, I'm gonna have to do something here. So it's out of control. It's out of control. I have to have an intervention. See, like this, I bought these brand new. I remember looking for these, bought them and used them and just let them sit. And look at this. You know what? There is actually times in your life that you will need a giant adjustable wrench. You know what I use this for? I use that for taking a hitch ball off and on. The guy's got a nice four-wheel drive Chevy truck. It sounds good. See, here's random linkage to a Chrysler transmission. Just, jeez. You know, I said I was a hoarder. You know, really, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a distinction between hoarding. You know, the basis of hoarding stuff is you get stuff, any kind of stuff, because you feel like that it's valuable. And I think that was my landlord just went by there. It's valuable, which it may be, but you buy, you know, you just have this psychological attachment to it. You can't get rid of it. And most everything I have here, there's a use for it. So I don't just get stuff. You know, like this stuff, I got it for free, and I've used probably, you know, I'll use some more of it. But if, you know, if I don't need it any longer after that, I'm going to give it away to somebody. I'm not going to keep stuff I don't need. So, like all that scrap metal, any scrap stuff is going to go in the scrap pile, and then I'll get rid of it. Like this, what is this? That goes in. Oh, I know what these are. Oops. Oops. Those weren't actually supposed to be in the garbage. Uh-oh, well. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do here for a solution for my tool thing, and I'll make another update video when I do something. So, see you soon. Bye.